What is up, everybody? This is Cedric back with another video on Black Ops 6. This time we're gonna be playing a little bit of multiplayer, and the reason is I'm almost done with the assault rifles. I had been playing multiplayer to unlock Dark Matter. I gave a little explanation before about why I haven't unlocked it yet, and it's already February. I'm kind of behind, but you know, it does help me a little bit to make videos and talk about something, I wouldn't say something random, but today I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind for so long, and that is the blueprints that they offer here in the game. A blueprint is something that you can buy in the store. It's basically a bundle that includes a weapon skin. It also could include an operator skin and a few other items, but the main thing that it offers is that weapon skin, and that's basically the blueprint, right? Because not only is it a skin, but it also comes with a sort of pre-built loadout. Essentially gives you like a sight already selected. It gives you a barrel, maybe a magazine or a mag already set. It basically gives you already just a loadout for that specific weapon. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I find it very weird that you can't really use that skin in other weapons, and I believe this comes as a cost for the player, other than, you know, actually paying for the bundle, because it's actually like a $20 or something, at least US dollars. Other than that cost, on Black Ops 2, for example, you could buy specific camos. Like there was one that I really liked, which was the Afterlife. And if you remember that one, you're an OG now. The cool thing about them was that you could actually equip that camo on any weapon, really, that you wanted. That was awesome. And it was only the camo that you could buy, so it was basically like about, I don't know, it was probably like $3 or something like that. I can't remember the exact price. It's been a long time now. It was awesome because you could do that. You could equip it to any other weapon that you wanted, not just the one you bought it for. And I believe that's really, it's basically a downgrade from what we had to what we have now. Of course, you could argue that now it includes a lot more other stuff, like weapon charms and calling cards and the operator skin itself. But it kind of defeats the purpose, because at the end of the day, some of the skins you can't use anymore. I remember when Modern Warfare 3, the remake, was coming out, they were doing this whole carry forward thing where all the skins that you bought in the previous game, which was Modern Warfare 2 2022, I think, you could actually buy a bundle there, or a blueprint, and then use the operator skin and the blueprint itself in the next game. And in that way, you can kind of see it as a pretty good deal, but you can't do that anymore. So if you buy any bundle, if you go back to Modern Warfare 3 and you buy any bundle, it doesn't really let you use it anymore. Here in Black Ops 6, there was no carry forward, and that was a whole issue there as well on like on social media, where people talk about Call of Duty and stuff. Not only that, I feel like it's not the same, it's not as good as a deal as it was back in the day, but I feel like it also really affects the way you could use the weapon, because now you have to use the specific attachments that they put on the blueprint. The skin kind of becomes useless in a way. If, let's say, season 1, you're using this XM4, which is the weapon that I'm using right now in the game. You're using this weapon, you have a blueprint for it that you bought. It was $20. I know that they're putting out some bundles now that are even more expensive. And there we have it. We have Diamond. So say you're using this weapon, XM4. You're using that bundle that you bought, and it's pretty good. Now, let's say Season 2 comes out. Now, because of the balancing that they're making to the game, now the XM4 is not as powerful, or it's not as strong as it used to be in Season 1. Now, that blueprint that you bought, even within the life cycle of the game, has become pretty much useless. It basically becomes useless to you. Technically, you could still use it, of course, but since it's not as powerful as it used to be, now you're kind of stuck in a place where it doesn't make any sense to use it. So it becomes useless. Now, I mean, if you have the money for it, of course, it's probably not gonna matter that much to you, because you can just buy another bundle, and because, you know, you have that extra money, then it's not really as hurtful to your finances as it would be to maybe another person, right? For example, if I was to buy a bundle, I'm in a position where I need to make sure that it's kind of worth the price, because if not, then that's basically it. I'm stuck with a bundle that, sure, I was able to buy, and that's kind of a luxury, even if it's just one bundle that I'm able to purchase, but I won't be able to buy any others, right? So I have to wait a certain amount of time before I can get another one. And that's where the problem, at least to me, starts. Other than, you know, you can't really use it in the next game, that's also a problem. But the main issue that I find with the blueprints is that you can't really use the blueprint with any other weapon. And I understand in a technical standpoint, you could say, oh, well, you can't use it really because the attachments are not the same on other weapons. But that really, at least to me, it doesn't make that much sense, because you can still do the same thing as Black Ops 2. Like, you can still sell me the bundle or the blueprint for whatever amount of money that they're selling them now, but at least give me the option to equip it to other weapons. I don't care about the attachments, because at the end of the day, what most people do is they'll look up a video of a YouTuber building a loadout and telling you what attachment is the best, what sight is the best to use, and what other weapon you can use alongside of that loadout that you created for that one weapon. So it doesn't really make sense to have a blueprint that's gonna force you to use specific attachments that then will become useless, because either the weapon is gonna be nerfed in the future, or the attachment itself is gonna catch a nerf. So that's the main issue. I know that either the developers or whoever's in charge of that specific marketing department, or let's say it's a microtransactions department, they are not really going to pay attention to the specifics of it, because I know it's a team effort. Like, they have designers that create these skins, and then they'll probably have a specific team that takes care of putting the attachments on them or coding them. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with the development or like specific technicalities of the development and the design of the weapons, but they probably have teams that, or people that take care of that. And I know for a fact that they're just going to be told, create more stuff that we can sell, and then we'll sell it. And that's basically the end of the conversation for them. At the end of the day, the developers that are in charge of creating that, they're just employees, right? Just like if I'm working at Walmart and I'm thinking, oh, if we change this specific item or the way this works within the store, it'll probably be better for the consumer. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna have to follow instructions from higher ups, right? But I do believe that the blueprint system is detrimental to itself, because if you were able to use that same blueprint in other weapons, it doesn't have to be different weapons. Let's say if you have a blueprint for a assault rifle or a sniper rifle, of course it wouldn't make sense to use it on a SMG or a pistol because of the different sizes, but at least it should give you the option to sort of put it in a similar weapon, right? If it's an assault rifle, then I should be able to use it in assault rifles. If it's an SMG, then I should be able to use it with other SMGs, not just the one that it comes with. Because again, that's just gonna make me have to stick to a specific weapon, and then if it, for whatever reason, the weapon becomes obsolete, I'm not gonna use it anymore, right? And I'm gonna feel, at least if I'm in a position where I don't have that much money to spend, which is the case for most people playing the game, it's just gonna make me not want to buy any more bundles. So if you really think about it as a business, then it makes sense to give the consumer as many options as possible with the bundle or whatever they're purchasing, because that'll make them have a better experience and then want to buy more stuff like that, right? I don't know. You may be part of the community that says, you know what, bundles and operator skins and whatnot just kind of, I don't like it. You may be part of that community that just doesn't like blueprints and operator skins. And if that's the case, that's completely acceptable, right? You don't have to like them. And I know there's a lot of people that have said, at least on Twitter, you should have the option to actually disable the operator skins, but that's a completely different thing. What I'm talking about specifically is just the blueprints that you can use on the weapon. So let's say the ones that you unlock on the battle pass, for example, you'll have here, for example, this one that I have, Battered for the AK. I can only use this and it looks kind of nice. I wish I could use it in a different weapon, or at least a very similar style. I understand that this was designed specifically for the AK, and it wouldn't look the same if I was using it maybe with the AS Val. You still have a little wiggle room there. You could even, if they wanted to, and I hope that they don't take that advice, but they could sell it at a higher price and allow you to equip it to any weapon. Of course, it'll take a little more resources because the person that's in charge of designing the blueprint is going to have to adjust and make adjustments to the other weapons so that the design makes sense with the other weapons. But at the end of the day, that'll be more money, and because you'll have more options as a consumer and as a player, you'll probably feel a lot happier that you have those options, right? But that's just the way I see it. I'm not really sure what you think about that. Do you like blueprints? Do you not like them? Do you think they should be able to be equipped to other weapons, or are you in that same part of the community that thinks blueprints should not exist? I would like to know. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like. That helps me understand that these type of topics are interesting to you, and if you haven't, please subscribe. That helps out the channel a lot. Thank you for your time, and if you made it this far, you're awesome. I do hope that you take care of yourself, that you drink water, that you tell your mom you love her, and I'll see you in the next video.